assistance. System curtailed. System restored. Rogue striker drone detected. Rogue defender drone detected. Boost now active. Rogue seeker mine detected. Hive detected. Agent down.
The specialization supply drop has been arranged for you. Specialization supply drop is ready.
Immediate medical assistance. Immediate medical assistance. An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected.
What's going on? Just came back from the Ellen show. Was speaking to one of my guests. He said his name was Mr. Bulwark. He said that he was thinking of, getting some more attachments done to his body. He wants, armor regen on his arm, armor regen on his back. He wants some armor regen in his brain as well, but they just wasn't figuring out, what, the best treatment was. So, shout out to that guy who came on my, show today for Ellen show. But hey guys, yo, welcome back to another Division 2 video. As usual, my character is the best dressed in the game. I don't want to hear any of you saying that you dress better than me, and if you do dress better than me, let's have a fashion show right outside the base of operations right there, and I'll make it into a video, yeah? So just stop, okay? I'm the best dressed. I don't want to hear anything else. So as you can see by the title today, man, we're getting into a build that, people have seen. It's been going around quite a lot, but I felt like, I just wanted to put this out for you guys because I've had this build for about 3 to 2 days. I just haven't, really tested it out. I made it and I wanted to make it towards something that I've already made previously. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and if you enjoyed this video by the end of it, make sure you hit that like button. As always, 100+ likes and up. But the reason why I made this build is because previously, as I said, I made a build that was similar to this, which is armor crits. So you have armor all over your build and then you have crits everywhere. But I wanted to go with something a little bit different today and basically get some ideas off of that build and mix it with the current meta, in my opinion, which is Bulwark. So as you guys know, the 4th piece Bulwark gives you that makeshift repairs talent, but for me I just feel like I've used the 4th piece, but now I see why the 3 piece is valuable. So let's get into the pieces today instead of the guns first. So as you can see, we got the Foundry Bulwark mask. 2 pieces gives you 10% total armor. 3 pieces gives you 3% armor regen. Now, of course, you guys know armor regen right now, everyone is using it, and I wanted to, mix it with something that would hit hard and not just be tanky, because I find a lot of us are going straight tank, with the Lady Death and just trying to get as much, armor and armor regen out of it, without hitting hard enough. So I found, let me just mix it up. So we got on the core attribute, of course, we're going to have armor. And then on the attributes on the bottom, we got crit damage. So, you can roll any mod slot you want there. You can put armor on kill, anything else. Bleed resistance is just what I put because of the bleed hives that people put down. But let's just go into the whole stuff. So we're gonna go over the 3 pieces again. Look, as you can see, core attribute of armor on top and crit damage. That's what I've done for the 3 pieces of Bulwark. So let's just get into the chest piece. We got a chest piece of Sokolov. Now the reason why I went for Sokolov, because of course I'm running an SMG. Gives you 10% SMG damage. Core attribute on top of 15% weapon damage. You got 8% handling, which I would love to change for crit chance. And then we've got 12% crit damage there with a mod slot of 11.5% crit damage. Chest piece talent, we got Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. You guys know that this is what everyone's basically using in PvP. And the reason why everyone is using it is because of this backpack talent, Adrenaline Rush. So for this bag, we've got the Walkers, which gives us 5% weapon damage, just for 1 piece. Now, core attribute on top, weapon damage. Attributes, 12% crit damage, as we've rolled across the other pieces, armor regen, and a mod slot of 6% crit chance. Now, the backpack talent, what does it do? Whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, gains 23% bonus armor for 5 seconds. And this stacks up to 3 times. The cooldown is only 5 seconds as well. So guys, these 2 talents are matching together. When you get that bonus armor, you're going to get that extra 35% weapon damage towards people that are 10 meters away from you. And, you know, you're using an SMG, so you're going to be close up either way. But before I get into the glove, I just want to say there's loads of other ways you can go around this build. You can go full armor on all pieces and put crits, just like I did for my previous build before. But I just felt like I've been doing a lot of, you know, armor builds. I've been doing a lot of PvP builds that just have straight armor. I haven't been, you know, stacking into damage and seeing how it hits. As you can see, we got 3 reds and 3 blues. So if you want to go for all armor and crits, try it out. I mean, I'm not saying not to, but I just feel like for me, I just wanted to test something different today. So for the glove, we got Contractor's Gloves, which gives you 10% LMG damage. To why I've got the Pestilence there, I mean, you can switch, you can use MG5, anything you want. We'll get into that in a second. But Contractor's Gloves, weapon damage on top. Of course, what does it give us? It gives us 8% damage to armor. Now, I know you guys are seeing this backpack and thinking, well, why don't you run a Walker's chest piece? Because it will give you an extra 5% damage to armor. I was going to do that, but my Walker's chest does not have Intimidate on it. It's got Efficient. So I felt like, you know, I don't want to run Efficient with Adrenaline Rush, which it's not even going to be giving me anything apart from bonus armor. But what's the bonus armor going to be giving me? Just blue bars on top of my character? Like, I didn't want that. I wanted to have it so that it's actually going to help me. But you guys can go and get a Walker's chest piece, put crit chance, crit damage, armor, or weapon damage, and literally have that extra 5% damage to armor. So I would suggest that. I mean, it would be a good idea to do that. But for me, this is how I'm running mine, just because I don't have it. So of course, Contractor's Gloves gives you that 8% damage to armor, which is going to synergize with the weapon attributes across the build. So crit damage on the last attribute, and that's basically what we got around our build. Crit damage, crit chance, and armor, and weapon damage. Just all of them 3 things is going to help towards this build, and I'm telling you now, this build hits hard. And you know, if you're a good PvP player and you know how to move about and you know when to pop your kits, all of that sort of stuff, this build is for you. And the reason why I say that is because right now everyone is running armor builds. So if you run a build that has armor and weapon damage and crits, you know, you're in between. So they're gonna look at you as you're too squishy, but when they see you hitting their armor, they're like, what's going on? Because you're hitting too hard. So you got to remember that as well. I mean, as I said before, you can get 1.7 million armor and have loads of crits instead of just going for damage. But I just wanted to show you guys this is possible. What I also wanted to say is that you don't always have to run a Lady Death. And let's get into the weapons, and I'm going to tell you why you don't have to. Now, we've got total damage on here of 105k, right? RPM, we've only got 850, okay? And in the mag, we got 50. Having an extra 20 bullets on the apartment, you know, considering that the Lady Death only has 32 in the mag, it just makes you feel, you know, you don't have to always reload and you can get all your shots out. So let me just show you guys, you know, the talents on this weapon before I compare it to the Lady Death. We got attributes on top, 15% SMG damage, god rolls and everything, 21% crit chance and 6% damage to armor. So as you can see, that damage to armor is going well with the Contractor's Gloves and all of that. And as I said before, you can get your Walker's piece if you need to. But the talent on this weapon is perfectly measured. Now, a lot of you guys know measured. We always used to use it in, the previous patches. TU8, I think it was really popular. Everyone was running it. And I just thought to myself, instead of always running a Lady Death and, all these weapons that everyone is using, the EB and all, I just wanted to try something different. It might not be the best, but I'm telling you, I'm still hitting hard. Perfectly measured. What does it do? The top half of the magazine has a 20% rate of fire and minus 27% weapon damage. The bottom half of the magazine has a minus 20% rate of fire and a total of 33% total weapon damage. So remember, with a weapon like this which has measured on it, you don't have to keep reloading, because if you don't reload, you're gonna get the extra 33% total damage for that last half of the magazine. So I know a lot of you guys like to reload when you get to like 30 bullets. Like, you don't have to do that. Just make sure you keep shooting, and as long as you're hitting your shots and you know how to move, you're going to get them down and they're going to deal more damage, especially with the damage to armor. All of that is going to come in consideration towards this weapon. Now, the reason why I'd say you don't always have to run a Lady Death is because I know, guys, I know it amplifies your total weapon damage by 75% and you get movement after a kill, and those total stacks is going to help you. But the reason why I'm saying I would not run this over the apartment right now is because, one, I want to be different. I wanted to change this build up, not always go towards what everyone is using, and two, because this gun is hitting for 100k and I've got measured, which is going to be helping me out to increase my damage either way. And we're getting only 80k from the Lady Death on base damage, and I know the RPM is higher, but the mag, guys, 32 in the mag, I'm constantly reloading. There's been times where, I get someone down, they run behind a truck, I'm reloading. As soon as I get there, I'm shooting them, but they've already popped their kill. If I don't have to reload, all I have to do is quickly run, because, guys, when you reload and you're running, it slows down your running, so I don't have to keep doing that. I can just literally get to them as fast as I can, get them out of here, done. But, of course, some of you guys love the Lady Death, so it is a very good weapon in the game right now. I would suggest using it, but for me, I just wanted to change things up, man. I wanted to have more, bullets in my gun. I felt like I was always using it, and I just wanted to change it up, to be honest with you guys. But for the secondary, we've got the Pestilence. So like when I'm far away from someone and I'm not always close to them, I can just, tag them with this. They're gonna be, taking a lot of damage from the Pestilence when the ticks are applied. So I would suggest that, just for me anyway, when I'm far away, I can apply that ticks and then run up close and switch to my apartment. But that's just for me. You guys can use whatever gun you want. EB, you can switch to anything. Use the EB, Vector, P416, the MG5 for the LMGs. You can use any gun you want. But for me, I just wanted to change it up today, man. I've realized I've been doing too many armor type builds and using the same guns that everyone else is basically using in the game right now. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this build together because I've seen a lot of regen builds, a lot of builds that everyone is kind of using. And if we switch to builds like this, it's gonna, make us, play differently, feel better when we're shooting them armor builds, get them down quicker. Now, you guys are probably looking at my skills and thinking, but you haven't got a riot foam there. And I know why you're saying that, because right now every person is using foam in DZ. Every game I went into conflict today, every DZ I went in today, everyone was just using a riot foam. I understand that, I get that. So if you're that guy that feels like I need to run the riot foam because it's basically foam or get foam kind of right now in the DZ, if you're that person, you feel like that, then go ahead, use the foam, do what you gotta do. But I just feel like for me, when I switch to my apartment and I'm right next to them, as long as I got my decoys so they can't see my bars and all of that, I just feel like I can just quickly get them out of here ASAP, like quick. I've got my jammer so I can quickly jam their skills just for a little bit. It's gonna help. I mean, it's not amazing. If they drop the hive, I can just jam that and all that sort of stuff, but it's something for me to be protected from, and I can just keep shooting my weapon. I don't want to be having to run in slow because a bleed hive has hit me. You can switch to the riot foam, you can switch to the shield, you can use the firewall shield if you like, you can use anything you want. This is a template as always. I'm not going to say to you guys, you must copy and paste this build. You need every single piece the way I have it. You need all the attributes done the way I have it. You could have crit chance here, crit damage here, and then crit chance here. You can switch things up. You don't have to have the same as me. That's why I always like to put across to you guys. Don't always copy what I got. You can go for the Fox Praise knee packs, extra damage to targets out of cover, I think it is. I think that's what it is anyway. You can use the Fox Praise for that. You can switch from, the contractors to a bulwark glove. Do what you guys want. As I said, you can have a walker's chest piece. it's not always about copying my builds. I just want to put that across because, you know, some of you guys might use my build and be like, damn, this is not it for me. This is just not for me. And then be annoyed at me. So do what you need to do. This is just a template as always. But let me get into the stats for you guys because you've probably been waiting for that. Now, the crit chance is pretty low. You know, right now I'm always wanting to be at least 55% and above. But of course, I couldn't, you know, get my stats right on some of the pieces. Some of my pieces just wasn't correct. I had weapon handling on the chest piece. So, you know, there's always improvements for my builds all the time. There's not a time where it's like my build is perfect. I mean, it's enough. 50% and above is enough. But for me, I feel like I need more. We got 128% crit damage. Now, you know, I would at least like to have 135, 140 touching that. I mean, the way I do that is by equipping more crit damage mods onto my weapon, but then that would mean I would have to have more crit chance across my build. My watch is maxed out, so it's not like I haven't done any of that, but yeah, I just feel like I need some more pieces to contribute towards the stat here. Armor damage, 14% altogether. As I said before, you can use your walker's piece, get that extra 5%. But yeah, do what you need to do. Now let's switch to the pestilence. You know, we're not going to have crits on the pestilence because the pestilence doesn't come with crit chance mods on it. So that's why I was saying you can use an MG5, which is going to probably touch me to about 35% crit chance. So, you know, and of course your builds might be better, so it might be touching 40%. So you can try whatever you need to try, switch things around, do what suits you best. That's what I want to put across. Now the armor regen on this build is 42k, so you know we're getting that, you know, every second while we're in combat. So that's important as well, just to look across, because my armor regen build on my bulwark build is 125k. The reason it's that high is because I've spec'd into every piece with armor regen. On this build, I haven't done that. I've done crit damage on the bulwark pieces. I've got armor regen on one piece, but the 3% from bulwark is what's, you know, putting this up high. So if you guys are wondering why, you just got to remember that the free piece gives you that 3% armor regen. Just remember that, because you're probably thinking, why does he have that much armor regen? I've spec'd into every piece on my yellow build and it hasn't got armor regen that high. What am I doing wrong? So yeah, just make sure you understand that. And if you still need your bulwark pieces, man, just farm for greens. Get in there, man. Farm for the green gear. The target is loot. Where are we today? Where are we with greens today? We're in open world today, man. So just get down there, farm for them greens, man. Just get in that area. Make sure you're farming for them. But yeah, guys, this is basically the build. I just wanted to bring you guys something different today. Did I miss out on anything? Specialization firewall. You guys know why we're using this. I know if you get foamed with this build, you're out. You're out. I'm not going to lie to you and say, no, guys, this is an amazing build. If you get foamed by a group of 4, you can survive it. Trust me. This build cannot survive a foam and a focus fire from a group. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it can't. Because my bulwark build, my normal armor regen build, has 2.1 million armor. Now, when I get foamed with that and focus fired by a group, I'm out. Like, I'm dead. And it's got 125k armor regen. So just remember that, guys. This is not, you know, an invincible build that can survive a foam. So if you're that person that does not want to get foamed full stop, use hazard protection and use a foam. That's my advice. That's just my advice. If you're a person that does not want to get foamed, use my hazard build that I posted. It's there on the channel. I'll put it at the top right hand corner for you guys now. Click on that, watch that. You will not get foamed. Hazard protection, that's fine. Flint Division Addiction, I tried to do something different. You know, we was on the Ellen show today. They were telling me that I need to, you know, put some bulwark in my head, but I don't know. I just felt like today I needed to switch my gloves, switch my shoes. I got my white shoes on. As I said, we're so close to 8k subscribers. We're like 10 subscribers away, man. Come on, guys, let's get it, man. Click that button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you know when I put out my series, my build videos, and my gameplay. And if you enjoyed this video, what do you need to do, guys? Smash that like button, 100+ likes, and I'll continue the content throughout the week. Thank you for all the support. You guys are amazing. I'm out. Peace, love, and guidance. Guidance. Yes, friends.